G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So, I've been MIA for a little bit here, but we've got some big news, so I've jumped back in for a quick video, and as you can see here, we got Broly officially announced. Huge news. We sort of did speculate that he was going to be the next unit to drop, and fortunately for us we did, and the reason I've got this up is because as you can see in the top left here, it is going to be a Rising Carnival banner, so that means that we are going to be in for a double rates banner, which is absolutely fire. I know a lot of you guys like me, definitely running low on the stone count at the moment, so any extra help is going to be amazing for us because, as you'll see, it looks to be absolutely insane. So may as well skip through. You can see it is just Broly, Wrathful. There is no Chilai or Lemo or anything like that. So starting off with his leader skill, we do have Exploding Rage, 4 key at 220%. Could be interesting. I haven't had a big look at the category, but I think it probably could go pretty hard. So links, we've got Saiyan Warrior Race, Prodigies, Berserker, Shocking Speed, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. Pretty much just what you would expect to get with a Broly unit, really. Then we've got his passive. So he activates an entrance animation for his first turn. He's got the 40% damage reduction, and then key 3 and 30% damage reduction for 3 turns. So how I think that, or I assume that will work, is that for the first turn he does have the 7 key and 70% damage reduction. That will then drop down to the 3 key, 30% damage reduction for the next 3 turns. From there, he's got 260% attack and defense, and what's going to be really crazy to combine with the damage reduction is he's going to have guard, so that'll be fire. For every attack performed, he gets 1 key up to 5, and defense 50% up to 400%, so obviously you need the 8 to fill that up there. And then he's also got the chance of performing a crit up to 100%, goes up by 20. So clearly, when you're making your build for this guy, absolutely no need to go with crit on this unit's build. For every attack received, we get 1 key up to 5 again, 40% attack up to 300%, so we will need 9 attacks for that one, and then launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super up to 4 times. So from there, that means that this guy can do 6 super attacks, and you'll see why that is crazy busted as we get later into the video. Every time for every super attack the enemy launches at Broly, he has 30% attack and defense, and you'll see why that's sort of important later as well. When receiving an unarmed super, you've got a 70% chance to nullify it and then counter with tremendous power, as well as a 260% attack boost, which is pretty nutty. So as we go through here, we've also got an active skill, and that's where we massively raise our attack, get 60% extra defense, and get a scouter for 1 turn. Considering a lot of these bosses can hit crazy hard at the moment, we're definitely not complaining about getting a scouter there. For our categories, you can see we've got Exploding Rage, Movie Bosses, Pure Saiyans, Rapid Growth, Giant Ape Power, Gifted Warriors, Super Bosses, Uncontrollable Power, and Mission Execution. What's really good about this guy is that you might have noticed there is no limitation. So, of categories, I guess, is probably the way to word it. So, for this, we can literally just throw him anywhere. And we got a couple pretty common links in here. Interested to see him on a couple of these teams. And then we get to the super attack effect, and you can see here he is a stacker on both attack, on 18 key and 12 key for attack and defense. So he's going to be an absolute festival killer. And from that, we jump into the stats from Halvard. So as per usual, if you want to keep up with the stats, go check out their Twitter. This is, I should have zoomed in before, but here we go. So start of turn, without support, no stacks. You can see 280k there. If we can get the 2 additionals, then you can see we jump up to 788. Fully built up, start of turn 1.4 into 5 additionals, so max out at 3 milli there. You're probably looking at like the 2.5 range. And then After receiving 5 supers, his start of turn looking at 1.8, probably around that 3.2, but could cap at 4 milli with 8 super attack effects. So this is where we're really starting to look at like festival range here. You can see you can get up to 7 million. With 30 stacks, you can get up to 15 million. Pop the active skill with 8 stacks, and you can get up to 11 million. Jeez, like you can see these numbers are absolutely crazy. So this guy's going to be an absolute defensive monster in festivals. We'll just have a look. So that is with Berserker, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, TEQ Broly. So yeah, 50% attack, 10% defense, 4 key, and then 30% attack when HP is 50% or below. But from here, you can see that his defensive stats in these longer form sort of fights are going to go absolutely crazy. So very excited to test that out. That's for sure. And then the last thing I wanted to mention was this. So we do know that we are going to be getting 2 Easy A's to roll with here. We're going to be getting the Easy A or Sub Easy A for the STR Broly. So hopefully he's good. Would really appreciate that if he's going to be some type of dominant force for us. And then we've got the Super Easy A for the STR World Tournament Broly. Not exactly sure what I'd really like to get out of him. If I'm being honest, like, yeah, I think he's a little bit of a wild card. So who knows, honestly, what they've got planned on that front. But either way, guys, that is the new units that we do know are coming. Personally, pretty excited. So let me know your thoughts on them all down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content. And hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.